version, software version 7.0. Looking at life through the eyes of a tire hub. Eating seeds is a pastime activity. The toxicity of our city, of our city. No! What do you own the world? How do you own disorder? Disorder! No! Somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep. Somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep. Disorder! 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 Fires, loud neighbors, flashlight reveries caught in the headlights of a truck. Eating seeds as a pastime activity. The toxicity of our city, of our city. No! What do you own the world? How do you own disorder? Disorder! No! Sacred silence and sleep. Somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep. Disorder, disorder, disorder. Life into the man's heart. When I became the sun, I shone life into the man's heart.
The sun good fucking song right there. 10 out of 10 song. I would even go as far as to say one of the best Depeche Mode songs. Is this in my 10s playlist? It is. Good. One of the best Depeche Mode songs. Good shit. What's up, everyone? Yesterday, an anomaly happened. I was doing my request stream as per usual. The paid queue closed early because we got sent in a fuck ton of albums and shit. I wanted to get through as much free queue as possible. And somehow DHD Bling bypassed me getting rid of the link. There's a link in the description. Is what happened. He still sent in a paid request after the paid queue was closed, and I did not have time for it. Now, me being the money-hungry capitalist pig I am, I offered a solution for me to keep my money instead of refunding, and I said, I will live stream my reaction tomorrow instead. And he said, that is all good. So here we are. We're going to be listening to Scary Monsters and Super Creeps by David Bowie. However, there is something I need to show you guys first. I pulled this shit yesterday. I pulled a knife on CS. My first knife. I know. I pulled my first knife on Counter-Strike, ladies and gentlemen. A Navaja knife, Navaja knife, however the fuck you say it. Doppler. Faknu. Pretty good float. Yeah. It's a good item. Can I inspect in game? Nope, that's opening CS. No, I don't want to do that. No, don't open CS. My PC's gonna... Oh, my PC's gonna freak the fuck out. Okay, well, it's opening CS. I'm going to need to close that. Alright, we need to give it a sec. I thought it was just going to let me, like go to an inspection page. I didn't think it was going to actually open the fucking game. Close. We're not playing CS right now. Check your comment. No. You can't... Listen, when I say I don't want other people editing my videos, it means I don't want other people editing them, like, full stop. As of right now, I am in a position where it's just, I want it to just be me editing the stuff, and Chivo editing the stuff he wants to edit, and that's it. Yes, we are doing the David Bowie today. By the way, chat, I have started editing the Paranoid video. It's kind of fire, okay? I'm having a lot of fun editing this video. I'm not doing any, like, crazy fancy editing. Fucking hell, crazy fancy editing or anything like that, but I'm just, I don't know. It's a very fun video to edit. There's a lot of talking. I'm kind of, you know, D1 glazing the album. Okay, it's an easy video to edit. It's a fun video to edit. And I think I'm going to be able to get it done fairly quickly. I think I'm going to be able to get it finished tonight. I'm hoping so. So, Scary Monsters and Super Creeps. I keep wanting to call it Scary Stories and Super Creeps for some reason. Yeah, this is a David Bowie classic, apparently. I had never heard of this album before I was sent it in yesterday, but this is actually one of his better received albums. 83 user, it's a must-hear album, obviously. Yeah, people really seem to love this album. It's got great reception across the board. I'm not familiar with this one at all. I have not heard anything from it, I don't think. I'm not even... When did this come out? 1980, so this was... What era of Bowie are we talking? So this is after Station to Station, after Low, after Heroes. So this seems like his last widely beloved album. This is when we start getting into the territory where people aren't as crazy on Bowie, and then, you know, until you really get to Black Star. People like The Next Day as well, but, you know. This is where the reception of his stuff starts to trickle off a little bit until you get to Black Star. So It's seeming like we're on like the final true classic Bowie album here. Is what we're gonna be listening to today. How many Bowie albums has there been for me? Ziggy, Low, Station to Station, Black Star. 5, I think. I've not heard Hunky Dory, have I? No. And I've not heard Aladdin Sane. No. Actually, I can just check on how many. David Bowie. Yep, this will be 5. Station to Station, Black Star, Ziggy, Low. This will be album number 5 for me from Bowie. Hunky Dory would maybe be better next. Yeah, I want to do Hunky Dory, Aladdin Sane, and Heroes. Those are the last ones I'm like really itching to get to. Everything else with Bowie I can kind of take or leave. I'm not like the biggest Bowie guy on the planet. I think Black Star's incredible. I think that Station to Station is a masterpiece. Ziggy Stardust is a really great album as well. I've really enjoyed everything I've heard from him, but I don't know. I've never been the biggest Bowie guy. He's not an artist I find myself returning to all that much, if that makes sense. So he doesn't have too many albums that I'm like really itching to get to or anything like that. Why is this not lined up properly? There we go. Send me a DM earlier. I couldn't tell you, Zare. I've got no idea. If you like the spoken intros in your shorts, keep them. If you don't. I'm not the best person to ask about that. You need to be able to figure out how you want your videos to flow, how you want your videos to be constructed, because I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. Swans ranking. Earlier I was thinking about putting up a poll asking what do you guys want the next tier list video to be. Swans are not on there. I don't know why listening to the last batch of Swans albums, it seems like such a chore in my mind, even though I know I'm probably gonna like them. I know I'm gonna get to them. I'm gonna get to them. I want to get that video done before the end of the year. I'm setting myself at the end of the year as my fucking last call. I need to get that shit done by then. But yeah, I want to put up a poll for what people want as the next tier list video. Check questions and ideas. Could we get roles for different notifications? Music streams, gaming streams having their own roles which get added. It's kind of genius. How would I be able to set that up automatically? Because I don't want to go through and give everybody an individual role. How many people are in this server? There's... what? 33... There's 214 people in my server. And I don't want to go through and give them all individual roles. So... if there would be a way for me to be able to set that up automatically where I can like get a bot to like get people to respond with like different emojis on a message or something, and then get a bot to give everyone roles based on what they respond with or something like that. I don't know how to do that though. Will I upload station to station? I should give you the server owner role? True. You can't edit the server? Really? The mod should be able to edit the server. Station to station should be a video, yeah. Station to station would be a fun video. So I've given you manage server and manage roles. There you go. I've given that to the mods. I don't know why you didn't already have that. Anyway, I'm getting sidelined. Anyway, Scary Monsters and Super Creeps came out in 1980. It is 10 tracks, 45 minutes. I'm going into this with pretty high expectations. People love this album across the board. Let's get into this. Track 1, It's No Game, Part 1. Jesus, my bones are cracking. What's up, Inez? What? Yeah, everything's all good today. Thank you for asking. Very off-kilter intro.
俺現実から締め出され何が起こっているかわからないどこに教訓はあるか人々は指を折られているこんな独裁者に養められるのは悲しい
I think this instrumental is great. I'm just a little taken back by how raw this is. What am I meant to represent? I have no idea.
Couples against the target. They throw a rock against the road and it breaks into pieces. Draw the lines from yesterday and it's all so much scarier. Put a bullet in my brain and it makes all the pain.
新聞は書き立てるぞ何人の記録へ
Okay, so this song seems to be about
標的を背にして恋人
being a kind of like a mental crossroads of like being so sick of everything going on in the world and wanting to just shut yourself off and not deal with it, but also being aware that if you do that, no real change is going to happen.
新聞は
Robert Fripp's on guitar on this.
So is tomorrow. People have to think God's broken. To be insulted by this fascist is so degrading. And it's no Shut up! Shut up!
Intentionally imitating John Lennon's Plastic Ono band, he admitted. Okay, interesting. Closest we got to a Bowie and King Crimson collab. Exactly. Fascinating intro. Very raw, aggressive, batshit, politically charged opener to this album. I think that this track is maybe the most attention-grabbing opener we've had that I've heard off of any Bowie album. But I can't really say I love it. While I do absolutely understand what the track is going for, it's meant to be this guy losing his fucking mind at the state of the world, looking at all of this war, famine, destruction going on everywhere, and being so fed up with it and feeling like he needs to put up a fight and scream out into the distance, hoping for things to change. This track's a little heavy-handed. I feel like as an opener, it is a little too like up in my face. I wish that there was maybe a little more space on this track. I wish that maybe it was toned down just a tiny bit, because while I do appreciate having an abrasive opener, I wish that it wasn't quite so intense. It feels like a massive pill to swallow to start this album off. I'd give this song like a solid 7. It's good, but it's just a little bit much for me to say it's quite great. Up next we have Up the Hill Backwards. Oh wait, shit, the album's on fucking shuffle, my bad. I'm a fucking idiot. Didn't even notice. Running up that hill backwards, exactly. It's got nothing to do with you, if one can grasp it. A series of shocks, Snickers fall apart, but it's unrolling, witnesses falling. It's got nothing to do with you, if one can grasp it. It's got nothing to do with you, if one can grasp it. Okay, I'm much more of a fan of the new wavy sound here. This is got that kind of like nice, laid back, more chill Bowie that I feel like I'm more of a fan of. The Logic track list. Still kind of like a bizarre, out there song, just with a lot more restraint on display. Okay, we're still at 7. I got a little bit lost there. Really? I didn't know that, no. No, I don't, it's not an automatic thing, I do it myself. Sounds like it's about the worst of his addiction. Yeah, I guess it could be about that. It seems to be up the hill backwards. I'm guessing means like the wrong upwards trajectory. Like you're getting up and over towards something, but you're going the wrong way. If that makes sense. It could be about addiction. It could be if I'm basing this off the first song, I'm guessing it could maybe be up the hill backwards towards like the end of the world or like a massive regression societally or something like that. I don't know specifically what the lyrics are talking about here, but it just seems like some sort of either mental regression or societal and political regression, something along those lines. I'm guessing that's what Up the Hill Backwards means. And sonically, the song is fucking fantastic. It still has that bizarre, like, batshit quality that the first song has, which is emphasized by the odd time signature here as well. But I feel like it's just a little more restrained and kind of has a little bit more of the relaxed Bowie that I'm personally more of a fan of the relaxed Bowie than I am the kind of manic Bowie performances. And I think that this is a perfect example of that, where it's still able to be a truly weird and out there track instrumentally and even lyrically as well. It's so nondescript and like it kind of feels like being in the middle of like a fucking nightmare almost. But still, the fact that Bowie's giving such a subdued and very laid back performance with kind of these backing vocals adding more mania on top of that. I don't know, I much prefer this to the first song. This is a high 8 for me. Oh, Bad Witch. I've seen some stuff about Bad Witch. If I'm not mistaken, Fantano didn't like that one, right? Hold on, you got me looking up Nine Inch Nails album now. Nine Inch Nails. Oh no, Fantano did like that one, my bad. Give it a 7. Scary Monsters and Super Creeps up next, the title track. Is this Bowie on vocals? It is Bowie on vocals.
She opens strange doors that we never close again.
Very bizarre vocals. Very dated vocal effects, but it's honestly kind of charming. Love how much this instrumental is chugging. It really feels like fucking wheels on a train powering forward.
She asked me to stay and I stole a room. She asked for my love and I gave her a dangerous mind.
Sound like you recorded his vocals on a
Now
walkie-talkie.
she's stupid in the street and she can't socialise. Well, I love the little girl and I love her till the day she dies. She wails, Jimmy's guitar sound, jealousy scream, waiting at the lights, lowered on me. Scary monsters.
Where's Bowie from? I'm actually going to look this up. Where's Bowie from? He's doing a very countryside accent here. Where is David Bowie from? Brixton. Oh, he's from London. Interesting. He's doing a very countryside accent here. Lots of hard R's. The way he's like... the way he's enunciating a lot of his vowels here as well. It's very... like Midwest countryside.
Creeps keep me running, scared. Scary monsters
Not like that, not like that. Jesus Christ.
keep me running, scared.
Recently went to a Nine Inch Nails concert. Oh, a Nine Inch Nails concert sounds interesting. Nine Inch Nails concert sounds hype as fuck.
Scary monsters, super creeps keep me running, scared. Scary monsters, super creeps
I imagine so, dude. Nine Inch Nails sounds so fucking hype. A lot of the acoustics on this album are an extension of 1979's Lodger. Okay. I've not heard too much from Lodger. I don't even know if I've heard anything off of that album, to be honest. Yeah, this is the only album we're doing today. This is just because I couldn't do it yesterday. And then if the reaction's interesting enough, maybe we'll get turned into a video. Is that a pitched down dog barking? That sounded like a pitched down dog barking. I think it is. Absolutely. Like the street. Oh, maybe it's the scary monsters. That's an excellent point. Bowie really had that dog in him. Exactly. Alright. The title track. One of the probably the most ridiculous song we've had up to this point. Strange vocal effects, pitch down dog noises, the most all over the place, mangled fucking instrumental we've had up to this point. The super bouncy, spastic energy of this track is so endearing and captivating while still kind of having that oddball, like, off-putting nature that you get with a lot of Bowie tracks like this. The accent that he's putting on is weird. The pacing and structure of this track is so fucking weird. But it's easily the most captivating and engaging up to this point. I fucking love that. That is like a low 9 for me. That was... yeah, I don't know. Throughout the first third of that track, I was a little unsure. Can I say that in a reaction? What? What did I say? Yeah, throughout the first third of that song, I was a little torn. I thought we were kind of getting the same thing with the first song, where it was like solid, but maybe a bit much for me. But as I adjusted to the song, I just couldn't help falling in love with just how fucking ridiculous that was. Spastic energy. That's not bad, is it? First reaction to Ashes incoming? I believe so. I don't think I've heard this song. I don't think I've heard anything off of this album, to be honest. I'm not seeing any of them on the light songs here. also favorite solo artist? That's tough.
Do you remember Agatha's being? It's such an ugly song. I've heard a rumor from ground control.
This is a sequel to Space Oddity, okay.
Don't say it's true.
Multiple systems.
They got a message from the action man.
Oh, this is the song Magdalena Bay did cover. Okay, I've heard that. I've heard the cover.
Hope you're happy.
Also, I agree, absolutely. This is like quirky, like oddball shit.
Saw the details
Done with enough proficiency and restraint for it to be still engaging, despite how, you know, strange and out there it is. It's funny you say I'd want to come. I've never heard of it before I was sent it in yesterday.
Ashes to ash and funk to funk it. We know Major Tom's a junkie.
Ah, Major Tom.
Strung out in heaven's high, hitting
That's the final part. Really? So he didn't revisit it until Black Star. Interesting. Maybe it'd be better if Bowie started the song by reversing the whole thing first. Exactly. If he went full Hawaii Part 2 with it.
time and again I tell myself I'll stay clean tonight. But the little green wheels are following me. Oh no, not again. I'm stuck with a valuable friend. I'm happy, hope you're happy too. One flash of light, but no smoking pistol. I've never done good things. I've never done bad things. I never did anything out of the blue. Whoa. Want an axe to break the ice. Wanna come down right now. Ashes to ashes, funk to funky. We know Major Tom's a junkie. Strung out in heaven's high, hitting an on-time road. My mama said, to get things done, you better not mess with Major Tom. My mama said,
It's interesting to reinterpret the Major Tom story as an allegory for drug addiction. I've never really drawn any parallels like that before. I always took Major Tom as like very literally for some reason. Yeah, to kind of take that story and reinterpret it as being about drug addiction instead of like, you know, literally going out into fucking space or whatever. I don't know, it's an interesting way to spin the perspective on that song. Also, instrumentally, this is one of the most satisfying songs up to this point. It's so psychedelic. It's more psychedelic than the rest, and it's kind of blending that with the new wave absolutely beautifully. Such a trippy instrumental, man. Such a abstract, nondescript kind of environment that this track builds and sets you in, as Bowie has given easily the most oddball vocal performance on this entire album. The higher, more theatric stuff he does being blended with more of the kind of manic, kind of feeling like he's on the verge of snapping kind of vocals he provides at different points on the track as well, creates such a weird juxtaposition that's kind of disturbing, surprisingly, to watch unfold. It literally feels like a guy being on drugs and going through the most insane mood swings, like physically unable to control his emotions and shit. That was a this album's like getting better as it's going along. I can't lie. I'm feeling like another low 9 on this, like like flat 9. So what nondescript means? I don't mean nondescript as it. I know I used nondescript in the wrong way. I'm trying to. Let me figure out what I mean by this. I'll figure out how to say what I mean by this. It's like it doesn't give you too much to go off of. It's kind of very interpretive, you know? It's very psychedelic, and lots of psychedelic stuff is kind of just gives you like a blank color palette to try and create your own picture with it. And I feel like that's what this is doing as well. So when I say nondescript, I don't mean like the instrumental's lacking in detail. I mean like it's more that it doesn't give you like too much very specific pieces of imagery. It more wants you to paint your own picture, which I think is more effective for this, if that makes sense. Bowie, specifically with Iggy Pop's The Idiot, which he co-wrote and produced, was the key pioneer in the development of post-punk. I see. Next up, fashion. Not been adding my scores on album of the year. I'm an idiot. The genre blending on this album and how many different styles we're getting is, you know, it's kind of, all of these songs feel so connected. It doesn't feel like there's any drastic changes, like, totally, but there's so many different styles being injected. Like, you get this big, insane rock song on the first track, and then this is like a fucking disco track. It's so crazy how much variety is being thrown in here. Robert Fripp is on fashion. Robert Fripp's been on all of the songs, I think. I'm pretty sure I've not heard Speaking in Tongues yet. That's going to be a video soon. The writing here is fascinating as well. It seems to be... Someone said it was a takedown of the music industry earlier. I see it more as just like a general comment on people bending over backwards, like for personal gain. Like, it seems like it could be anything from the music industry to actual fashion, to just any position where, you know, you're selling yourself short for the sake of fame and fortune and shit. Like, even this, doing a robotic voice effect and saying beep beep throughout it, it feels like they're literally just having their brains shut off, being turned into robots, just doing whatever people command. Now Bowie's writing is solid as hell on this album, man. Maybe political positions, yeah. I guess that could be brought over to like an anti-capitalist mentality as well, where it's like people bending over backwards for monetary gain. Yeah, check out a bit of that at the end of the Sunday. Nice. Getting a track with some fucking disco influences in here. Why not? The amount of variety on this album has been astonishing to me. I'm surprised that we're getting this many different styles being thrown into the mix here, and it's not feeling like there's any like tonal whiplash. All these songs really do complement each other. Yeah, getting, you know, a song like It's No Game Part 1, where it's such an abrasive, raw, super loud rock track, and then, you know, progressing to this point where we're getting a more clean, polished, like disco influenced rock song. It's just so much fun seeing how much of a creative outpour is being put into the instrumentals here, and even lyrically as well. This song is such a surprisingly comedic and sarcastic takedown of people bending over backwards for either monetary gain, for fame gain. It doesn't seem like it's pointing towards any particular field. It could be politics, it could be the music industry, it could be literal fashion. But yeah, it seems to be a general pointing of the finger of people who are so afraid to speak up, people who are so afraid to do something different and something out of left field that they'd rather just sell their souls short, sell their souls, and you know, just do whatever they can to maximize profits, I suppose. It's a very sharp message told through a very sarcastic lens, and I don't know, I feel like that's kind of what Bowie does best, is having a lot of attitude and a lot of bite and sarcasm to behind, like what was particularly when he has messaging like this in his songs. I love when he does something with a little more bite and something that's a little more pointed, you know? Even if this is like kind of a general pointing, I suppose, but yeah, I don't know. The writing on this album has been a surprisingly big strong suit. I've never been the craziest on Bowie's writing. I feel like Ziggy Stardust, I wasn't really too taken aback by the writing, and Station to Station had its tracks that were well written. Same goes for Low as well. But I don't know, this and Black Star are the two albums where I feel like the writing is really the thing that's shining to me the most. I'm feeling, this is probably my favorite so far. I'm feeling like a 9.5 on this one. That is not how you spell that word. There we go. Teenage Wildlife. I'm not on my speaking game today. This Tomorrow Never Knows, but never mind. Oh shit, yeah, I was meant to play a little bit of that other song. Whoops, hold on. My bad. It will play a little bit of the other song. Which one was it? It was Beauty and the Beast from Heroes. yeah, could definitely see some of the kind of funky disco shit being brought over here. This song is going hard as fuck. It's a great track. I look forward to hearing that song whenever I cover Heroes. Talking about Talking Heads earlier, this song feels very Fear of Music. A song like Heaven, it's reminded me a lot of a song like Heaven. Did this come out after Fear? Was Fear of Music this 1979? Yeah, 1979. This came out the year after Fear of Music. Sound like a cross between Roy Orbison and David Bowie. Fripp, Robert Fripp is on this one as well, yeah. I think Robert Fripp is across this entire album. The song's 7 minutes, fucking hell. James Murphy sounds like him. Yeah, any singer that kind of like brings that kind of weirdo grandeur to their voice ends up reminding me a lot of Bowie. Like Josh Homme reminds me a lot of Bowie. That kind of bravado that Josh Homme brings feels like it could be directly influenced by a song like this, you know? Partridge too, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely Arcade Fire. Is this the longest song on the album? It is. Interesting that the longest song on the album is such a direct takedown of himself. About like him, like taking a look back at like the fame he gained when he was incredibly young. When was Bowie born? Was it the late 50s? '47. Okay, so he would have been 33 when this came out. Yeah, like obviously he gained a lot of fame when he was incredibly young. And this sort of seems like a look back, a direct takedown of a lot of those experiences, kind of unpacking a lot of that and kind of condemning himself for a lot of the choices he made, it seems. it's like an interesting balance between reminiscing on those times and like looking on them in a more negative light and pointing out all of the like glaring flaws that came with gaining a lot of fame at such a young age. I imagine most like rock artists of like 60s and early 70s would probably point a lot to Elvis, yeah. Oh really? That's pretty cool. Elvis and Little Richard. Honestly, I feel like any artists of like, you know, 60s, early 70s are going to be pointing to people like Elvis, Little Richard, you know, stars of that and shit. Oh, absolutely. Bowie is very evidently incredibly influenced by Lou Reed. Definitely, like people like Elvis, Little Richard. You know, he also had it in the jazz space, people like Frank Sinatra and stuff like that. But in terms of rock, it was like people like Elvis, Little Richard. I get asked that like every week and I always have the same answer, they broke. The glasses are dead. Absolutely, yeah. The lyrical themes on this album are hitting, man. This is maybe, but besides Black Star, Bowie's strongest lyrically that I've heard. This track is such an incredible display of Bowie's ability to balance positives and negatives in his lyrics so well. It's 50% him looking back fondly on, you know, his early to mid 20s when he was really shooting up in popularity, being so young and like having this sudden, like being moment of being shot into the limelight and everyone, you know, all eyes suddenly being on him, and he's living this life of glamour, you know, constantly being recognized by everybody, all of this fame and fortune being thrown his way out of nowhere. And simultaneously looking at the negative effects that that's had on him, all of the pressure, all of the bad choices he made, all of the dark paths it's led him down. And he's balancing the two pretty incredibly on this track. It doesn't feel like it's a complete doom and gloom song that's like, I wish I was never famous, but it also isn't something that's idolizing that either. It is such a surprisingly unbiased look at these experiences that he's had, something that's surprisingly well adjusted and well balanced. And I think that this song is a contender for the strongest written on the album. And then sonically, this reminds me a lot of Fear of Music by Talking Heads, particularly a song like Heaven, where Heaven has a lot of like an incredibly grand instrumental and such a powerful vocal performance from David Bowie, even with the lyrics being as intimate and personal as they are. This kind of feels like it's striking that same balance, and even has a lot of similar tones and aesthetics as that song. This is probably my favorite up to this point. This song's a 10. I'm trying to pick apart any negatives I could possibly have with this. I can't find a single like even tiny nitpick. This is the best song on the album right here. I'm gonna be surprised if anything tops this. Unless you have Scream Like a Baby. Live on a Saturday. Just catching up on an album I didn't have time for yesterday. Yeah, I'll be coming soon. Oh, what's happening? Very intense percussion. That song was intense. See, it's true. The last song was, in fact, a 10. I don't know how to do that, Chiva. I'm gonna try and do it. I'll try and do it after the album. Game Award? Game Award. It indeed was. Pardon? Exactly. I see. They did what? They did what on the street? Hang on. They did what on the street? Wait, they did what on the... Whoa, 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 whoa. First half or second half? I mean, the second half kicked itself over the 10, so... Let me actually look at this annotation before we go any further in the song, like, just so I can actually see what the song is properly about. This song describes a gay couple's experience in a fascist dystopian environment where they are looked down upon by many. One of them, Sam, is treated worse than the other. He is eventually murdered by the extremists in a giant of... Oh my fucking god. So we're going just full, like, Holocaust imagery on this one, yeah. The other is transformed by the society, becoming an extremist self, seeing the affected as babies. I don't believe in this high-tech society at all. I don't believe it does exist. I think that's a great myth. I think the idea of high-tech songs, high-tech music, computer button, whatever, it's not like that. It's on a very emotional people level, flesh and blood. One foresees it becoming even more terrifyingly real anti-tech. The old symbolic street fighting thing will the old symbolic street fighting thing will probably not be as symbolic as it was, but it will become a reality. One can foresee it in the dreadful 80s. And this is, I guess, one of mine. I lapse into this sort of future nostalgia thing often, laughter. The evidence by looking at any album I've made. Okay, reading this quote is confusing me more. Okay, Bowie is not doing the best job at describing this song. That little annotation at the beginning was all I needed. Didn't he have a Hitler phase? Yeah, he had that phase where everyone thought he was a neo-Nazi.
No athletic program, no discipline, no book. He just sat in the backseat, swearing he'd seek revenge, but he jumped into the furnace, singing old songs we love. Scream like a baby,
Put raisins in the bread? You can have raisins in bread, yeah. You make it like a cake. Exactly. I'm sure if I looked at one of Hitler's paintings, I'm sure I'd be able to interpret the painting on its own merits. However, I don't know if they would be very good because he didn't get let into art school, did he? Scream Like a Baby. One of the most fucked songs lyrically. We're just diving straight back into politics on this one, and not even politics. It's like a look into like a dystopian future type politics. It's Bowie kind of having a premonition of a society where, you know, it's like another Holocaust happens, this time focused on like gay people. It doesn't seem to be just about gay people. It seems to be the minorities on the whole with a particular focus on gay people. And it's describing the most fucked situation possible where one of them gets killed and the other one gets turned into like this extremist machine by society and by the government, where he loses all apathy. He sees all of the affected people as simply babies and nothing more. And I don't know, it's... Very crazy message here with a rather darker tone in lyrics and even the instrumental. Absolutely, this is a crazy hard turn into the darker aspects of the album. Surprisingly, like, forward-thinking track as well, because obviously, while, you know, we've not exactly had this exact stuff happen, there are lots of parallels to real life that can be drawn from this song nowadays. He did use the F word, though, so 0 out of 10. Isn't he gay? Or bi? I feared Bowie may have access to that word. I give him the pass anyway. I'm feeling a high 8 on this one. He's bi? There we go. Bowie had the DLC extension for that word. That's GG's. Next up we have Kingdom Come. No. That's not how it works. You gotta be committed.
Well, I walk in the pouring rain, and I heard a voice that cries it's all in vain. The voice of doom.
Now that... Oh shit, really? Yikes. That is a Bowie L right there. Oh, it's just Manson? I see. Okay, apparently this song is meant to be a follow-up to the last one, where after one of the characters was killed, this is the other one being sent off to the camp and being transformed. My girlfriend messaged me like half an hour ago, I didn't see it. Whoops! I have to respond to her after this song. I have not heard that story. That sounds... Think you said it last album? I don't recall it. Maybe I just blocked it out of my memory because that sounds horrific. Kingdom Come. One of the less impressive songs on the album up to this point. I gotta be honest. I'm feeling like a high, solid to high 7 on this one. It's good, but I feel like this song lacks any of the immediacy of the other songs. This song really doesn't have that like immediate lyrical grip that I feel like any of the other tracks have had. Even with this being a follow-up to the previous song, it doesn't even feel like all that interesting of a follow-up. It's describing some interesting imagery of him being sent off to the camp and kind of starting a riot and uprising, saying he's not going to be breaking any rocks, doing any of the work. But I just felt like this song lyrically was a little flavorless in comparison to a lot of the other tracks, and I don't know, I just found myself struggling to really latch onto and get invested in any of what was happening on this song. But instrumentally it was fun, very funky, incredible fucking vocal performance from Bowie here, and those backing vocals were absolutely angelic. Yeah, I just wish that this track was able to grip me a little bit more on the lyrics front. It really is becoming less about him, yeah. Autograph Because You're Young. Pete Townsend on this song. Sunglasses are dead, I'm afraid.
So bored, torn and resigned, she can't talk anymore. What are they trying to prove? What would they like to find?
I didn't lose them, they got broken.
These pieces are broken.
This song's a little confusing lyrically. It seems to be like the perspective of an older guy looking at younger people, getting into like relationships, meeting new people and stuff like that. But I'm struggling to pick apart if it... I'm struggling to pick apart if it's like... more cynical, or if it's kind of a fond looking back on his life and when he was that age. There definitely is like a bitterness to him being old on this song though. An interesting cover, certainly. Okay, I think I kind of got what the song was saying by the end. It's a track about, like, it's the perspective of an older guy looking on people who were a lot younger than him, similar to how he was on Teenage Wildlife. You know, just looking at, you know, people younger than him, seeing them kind of having all of these experiences that he's had. And one side of him is very cynical towards them, being like, oh, you know, these young people are idiots, these young people are troublemakers, they're only causing a scene and making noise. And then another half of him is jealous and is kind of looking back on the times when he was experiencing similar things when he was younger fondly. And he's striking that balance in kind of a similar way to how he was on Teenage Wildlife as well, where it's kind of simultaneously a cynical view on young people, but also such a loving look back on when he was young and wishing he could kind of experience what they were experiencing at the same time. Kind of like a hidden reverence for that time of his life, trying to mask it with all of this cynical, grumpy old man shit. Another very well written song. And instrumentally, it's far from the most impressive. It feels, I don't know, just a little, I don't want to say flavorless, but like it has a little less spark and pop than a lot of the other instrumentals we got on the album, but I don't really mind because the writing is so captivating on this one. It was able to keep me engaged basically the entire way throughout. Feeling the low 8 on that one. Alright, final song, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. Exactly, cynical look on the youth while wishing he was like that again. Final song, It's No Game Part 2.
Silhouettes and shadows, watch the revolution. No more free steps to heaven.
Boomer the album, yeah.
Just walkie-talkie. Heaven or heart.
Only this one. This is the only one we're doing. Thank you, PC.
Just big heads and drums, full speed and pagan. And it's no game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am bored from the event. I really don't understand the situation. So where's the moral? People have
near my
their
guitar.
fingers broken.
On PC parts, and then a CD player.
So degrading. And it's no game.
I don't know. I don't have faith in the new Oasis being good, even though I like their last album. I don't think. I don't know. I don't have any faith in it being good. I imagine it would be them trying to recapture the magic of the old album, so it wouldn't be for me.
Throw a rock against the road.
Oh, what, the dinosaur?
Breaks into pieces. Draw the blinds.
Of course we get taken down on the last song. We're back? Alright. Here is the link for the new stream. Everyone, head over there, and we will be finishing off this last song over on that stream. I'll see you guys